C2K Talk Show. C2K Talk Show. C2K. C2K. C2K Talk Show. It's a show that you wanna see. You gonna like the show. You gonna love it. It's C2K Talk Show. C2K.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to C2K Talk Show. Welcome to another episode to the Talk Show of the Soul. C2K Talk Show, multiple award winner, and today is the day that we have been waiting for. And I'm gonna bring this guy, a friend of mine, good friend of mine, co-worker of mine. I'm gonna bring him right now.
Uh,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man himself, Joey Torres.
how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Welcome to my show, my brother. Welcome to my show.
I appreciate you, being inviting me to be a guest on your show and stuff. I really appreciate it, man. Like it's
Oh,
crazy,
you
man.
welcome, my brother. It's nothing but love, my brother. Nothing but love, man.
So I appreciate it, man.
Wow, Joey Torres, man, it's an honor to have you in my show. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. And I always do this for my first time comers, my first time, first time guests. I'll always ask them questions, but this question is a little. I want to tell everybody what Joey Torres does. He's a rapper, and as you guys know, I'm gonna take my questions because I'm talking to a rapper. It's not the same questions as I, ask to a wrestler. So it's little similar questions. Well, here we are. Here we are going to ask you some couple questions. First question is, who or what inspired you to become a rapper?
All right. So who and what you said, me, I've always been listening to a rapper called G Herbo.
Oh, wow.
So I've been listening to him for a couple of years, and then on and on to this day, 2025. And forever go. So he's my favorite rapper.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, so besides that, I don't know. Like it just, I started in middle school, but in my mind, I didn't really thought that I had that talent. I kind of stopped until I got to high school. Then I started doing music. So it's
Yeah.
been like 5 years now that I've been rapping and stuff.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
like, yeah, yeah. So I've been going. So it's like I just try to get to the flow, So I try to get levels by
Yeah.
level, and here I am right now. So I'm like, okay, so why not stick with it? You know what I mean? So
Hey, it started for the bottom. Now we're here, right? That's all
yeah,
it is.
for
That's what it takes.
yeah, that's how it is.
So, at what year the the I'm gonna say that dream started?
Well,
At
when
what
I
year?
started, it had to be 2020.
Oh, wow! Oh,
Yeah,
wow!
around there, yep. And then until I got to flying my flow, I got up to 2021. That was the next year.
Oh, wow! Okay,
Yeah,
okay, that's really good. Do you like? Do you write your rhymes? Do you write your songs?
yeah, I do it sometimes on paper. I mean, pencil, paper, or pen and paper.
Exactly.
Or I do it on my phone. I text, I hear the beat, and then I go from there.
Oh, wow! That's really good. I really like that. I used to rap myself, back in the day, and it's like I know how it is, when you like, start running, your rhymes, your songs, and it takes a very long time, to write a song.
Hmm.
So, when you write a song, basically, how long it takes you to write your own songs or come with your rhymes?
All right. So depending on how the song is, how long the beat is, I mean, it just depends. If you want like a minute and like 30, maybe something short, like a short song, then it'll probably take me like the same day. But
Yeah.
I really don't. I haven't really calculated that. I just know that I'll be done with that song in the same day, and I'll have it
Exactly.
recorded the same day. So it's like it just depends on the song.
Exactly. You know, maybe when I was like I said when I was rapping, it's like when I didn't finish with a song, it stuck in my mind until I was finished it.
Yes.
Did that ever happen to you that maybe you started writing a song, but then you finished it, but it stuck into your head until you finish it?
Oh yes, that's facts. I'm not gonna lie on that. I won't hold nothing on that. There's a couple of songs that I had wrote and made that had me stuck. Like yeah, but it's like you know what I mean. I got it done now, but it got me stuck. Like yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh wow, yeah. Because I thought that was, maybe it's gonna happen to me. I said, maybe I should ask, a lot of rappers, if that's ever happened to you. So it happened to you too. So it didn't, but was only me. So okay, that's good then.
No, yeah, but so yeah, I got stuck on most of the songs. Well, not most, but a couple of the songs that I made. You know what I mean? And it got me stuck. Like I'm like, dang, I can't get this out of my head. But hey, as long as you finish it, hey, you went through it. Feel me?
Is there was any songs that really, let's say for example, that really touched your heart, that really got you into that emotional state?
All right, I have a lot of songs that I made. I probably have more than like probably like 15, 20 songs. You know what I mean? But some of them I haven't like released it yet. You know what I mean? Just in the vault, just chilling there. But the one I made that hit me that I made was in the bottom.
Oh, in a bottle. Oh wow.
In
Okay.
the yeah. That was one of them. Just because you know what I mean. That's where I started from. You know what I mean. Pretty much talking about where I started. You know what I mean. Pretty much where I started, where I've been at. You know what I mean. Like where I was raised and all that extra stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what it takes. There are some songs that really would take your heart, that we would, would you can put you in that emotional state. Because it's a lot of people doesn't understand rappers. It's like, a lot of rappers talk about their life, talk about the lifestyle, talk about what they've been through, talk about real life things. You know what I mean?
For
And
sure.
I understand that that there are some songs that, man, this song really touched me. This song really, really, was the one that put me in that emotional state. Uh,
Mhm.
did people ask you for song requests? For example, in your Facebook, or when you go out, did people ask you to rap, do some rhymes?
Um, Not really. I mean, some people. Yeah, I mean, I have heard it a couple of times, but it's not as much. It's probably like twice, maybe three times, but it's not like that. But it's just like I don't really do it because like I'm not that type of rapper to
Exactly.
the freestyle. I mean, I can. Don't get me wrong. I can try. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. But it's not gonna be better than if I'm writing it. You know what I mean?
That's
So if
right.
I'm writing it, I can give you more. You know what I mean? But it's a little hard though. You know what I mean?
As a rapper, because I know there's I saw a few rappers that not only they rap on stage, not only they rap, behind the camera. There are some rappers, that especially local rappers, they will rap on a birthday, they will rap on a wedding, or a special occasion. Have you ever done that? Have you ever been asked to like wrapping a wedding, or wrapping a birthday, or a special occasion?
Special occasion, no. I mean, the only thing was being on stage. You know, what I mean, that's the only thing that was. You know, I mean, I did two songs, maybe three, and I mean, I did what I did. But other than that, not like birthdays or weddings and none. But that would be, what I mean, something nice, that a good opportunity that I would accept. You know, what I mean, that I would have done on a birthday or something. You know, what I mean, kids friendly, or marriage life. You know, what I mean, whatever. I wouldn't mind
Is
that.
that is that something that you would do? Like if anybody would be interested, okay, I want to have Joey Torres, in my birthday, something that you would do in the future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's I would definitely accept. You know what I mean? They would have to let me know and all that. Make a nice song. Da 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 and stuff like that. Obviously, yeah, yeah, for sure. I'll definitely accept that. Hmm.
If that ever happened, where they can contact you.
I mean, mainly, Facebook. You can hit me up on Instagram. Mainly those two. Facebook and Instagram like that.
All right, good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Uh, what is the feeling on because I never been on stage before. I don't know how to be in stage. What is that? What is the feeling to be on stage? Can you tell us about that?
For me, it was my first time when I was on stage. So so since you been on stage,
Never.
pretty much you will feel how I was feeling my first day. So pretty much, I was nervous the whole ride there. Like
Oh
I
wow.
couldn't. Yeah, yeah, it was in my mind. It was stuck. Because I never done it. In front of a bunch of people from front row to all the way back. So
Wow.
it's like, yeah, yeah. So I was nervous until I got up to stage on the stage, and then my song started playing. And then from there, I had to, do what I had to do. I can't just get off.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna waste their time. So I was like, all right, just let me cool down real quick, rewind, and then as soon as the song started playing, and then that's when I just started just going in. Regardless, boom, boom, boom. I was mainly looking at the crowd, because I want people to know that obviously
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste their time. I want them to know that I'm really serious and stuff like that. To take me serious and like that. So,
Exactly.
but
And,
it was.
and, and I really do believe you. It's all about that eye contact. You want to have the eye contact with the fans, with the audience, because you wanted to feel what you're feeling, what rapping the song. Yeah, that's really true. What was your strategy? Yeah, when you did your first time on stage and now you was nervous. What was your strategy to calm down? To calm your nerves.
Man, I just had to, like, I don't know, just pretty much just take a deep breath, inhale and exhale, and just close my eyes real quick, for a second, and then just from there, I just had to just click in because it's like I don't want to fumble myself, make everybody think that I'm a fumbler, a fumbler and stuff like that, So I just had to take a deep breath, and then just from there, I just boom, just had to go for it.
Exactly. Exactly. If someone that, let's say right now, is starting to, to, I mean, but haven't started yet. I mean, want to be a rapper, and that person will come to you for an advice. What would be your great advice for that person that comes to you and say, hey, I want to be a rapper. What would be your advice for that person?
Well, what I would say, um, pretty much just, keep your grind up, just, regardless, there's always going to be haters, going to hate on you regardless, good or bad, whatever. Just keep on grinding, just never stop, believe in your dream, because if not, you're just going to just throw it away like nothing. But pretty much, just stay on the grind, take it slow, because you obviously don't want to get it, too fast up there, you want to take your time when you're doing it, find your flow, your rhythm and stuff like that, your melody or whatever you're gonna do, a rapper or a singer, don't matter. But just take your time, but always just keep the grind up. Never stop just because a group of people don't like what you're doing. Just keep doing what you do from the heart. If this is your dream, you will do it. Like,
That's really really great advice, man. That's a really great advice, and I know that probably people that are listening right now, they probably are wanted to be rapper and or just starting to be a rapper. I know that advice that you just gave it right now. I think that will help them to keep grinding. Will help them to to keep going to follow their dreams. Um, so what do you okay, where do you see yourself, or how do you see yourself from here to 5 years later?
man, from 2025 to let's say 20, 2030, 5 years, let's say. Um, I pretty much, I hope, I yeah, I'll be on tours, maybe on tours, maybe get invited. At least one time, maybe unless something bad happens or whatever. But hopefully everything goes in path. Hopefully
Yeah.
I get on tour. You know what I
Whatever.
mean? Take tour buses and stuff. Go out in different places and perform. What I mean? That's what I'm hoping. I mean, hoping that everything goes well. I perform in Wisconsin or what I
There
mean,
you
wherever.
go.
What I mean? So that's what I'm hoping.
Did you see yourself collabing with other rappers? Like, let's say for example, you made it out there, and you're doing tours and stuff like that. Do you see yourself collabing with other rappers?
I say I would, but it's like every rapper got their own style. You know what I mean? So some rappers might, what I mean, mess with my type of music and stuff. Other rappers might not. So maybe the ones that are, what I mean, that like it, what I mean, that mess with it, whatever. What I mean? Yeah, I might collab with them and stuff. I most definitely would accept that.
Oh wow, oh, wow. Like, is this is something that I know you have been rapping for for 5 years, right? You have been 5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
If this is something that you see yourself doing it for life, or maybe it's like, maybe I'm just gonna rap for a couple years and then I'm gonna retire. Did you see yourself doing this for a very long time?
I think I'll keep doing this until I know like what my worth is, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I would know what my worth is. I just don't want to just do it because, I got this much money or I'm doing this much, you know what I mean? I want to do it until I know I'm my worth type stuff and everybody knows my worth, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Oh wow, wow. Because I'm asking this question because I know that I mean, you're the first rapper that I have in my talk show. It's an honor to have you in my talk show, and I hope this is now you're only your first time and last time. But I actually, many rappers, in the out there, they say, I'm not gonna rap for like 2 years and I'm just gonna retire. But like, you're the only one that said that, and I really like the answer that you just gave me. You know,
Uh,
I felt it was really honest. It was really honest.
for sure. I mean, if you're really rapping, I mean, if it's really something that you want to do for life, you might as well keep on going. But it's like for
Exactly.
2 years, for me, if I was just rapping for 2 years and just throw it away because I just did it for 2 years, I
Yes.
don't. I mean, it's just a waste. You know what I mean? Like
Yes. Yes.
that's my opinion. You know what I mean? But
Oh, that was a great opinion, my brother. Yeah, that was a good opinion. Um, so let's say, okay, you said you would do this, for a very long time. Let's say, for example, and I know I do already ask a question for collabing, but let's say, for example, let's say you, like I say, you are already out there, doing your music, albums and stuff like that. Let's say, for example, JC comes out and say, "Hey, I want to collab with you. Would you do? Would you do it?"
I definitely would. I mean, I definitely would. I mean, I used to listen to him, what I mean, way back, not anymore, but, I mean, his older stuff way back when, he was in his prime and he was going up and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, he's a smart man, just intelligent and all that. I mean, why not, do some business or something, I mean, maybe, I mean, music business or whatever. So I definitely
So yes. So what kind of rap you like? Did you like the old school rap? Did you like the rap for now? What is your favorite rap?
Me, I can't really say that I like one more than another because I tell like both. You know what I mean? I like that old school, you know what I mean, but I kind of like that new school hip
Yeah.
hop. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just they're both good in their own way. You know what I mean? We had
Got
that era from way back, and then we got the era now. You know what I mean? There's two different things, but they're still putting in work regardless. You know what I mean? So
That's true. That's
that like
true. That is true, man. Man, you know what? I got a surprise for you, my brother. Since you're the first person, the first rapper to come. I do have it's called C2K 2025 Hall of Fame, and I'm going to create right now. Is This is for rappers that you're the first one, and I know you're going to be that key that's going to open that door for many rappers that would love to come to C2K Talk Show. I want to put you in the 2025 C2K Rapping Hall of Fame. For my brother, I inducted you in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, my brother. You are a member Oh, the 2025 C2K Talk Show Rap Hall of Fame, my brother. Congratulations, my brother.
I really appreciate that. I was not expecting none of that. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that, bro. Like, you know, I mean, I'm gonna keep on going regardless. You know, I'll never stop. You know, so I'm always keep on the grind. You know, so I will never, you know, disappoint you. You know, I'm always gonna be up there. So what?
Exactly, exactly. Any last words before we end the show. I'm gonna give the floor to you to say whatever you want to say. Say your last words in C2K Talk Show, and I hope this is not only the first time, it's not the last time. That you come over here. I would love to have you come more C2K Talk Show, but the floor is I'm gonna give you the floor.
Yeah, for sure. There's always gonna be another time that we just what just let me know, and you know we'll set it up. You know, but other than that, you know, just stay in tune, everybody. I got features and solos coming out. I don't know when. You know, I can't say nothing too much. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's in the it's in the recording,
understand.
it's in the writing and stuff like that. You know, just stay in tune like that. Obviously the YouTube would be Kango. The O would be a zero, and then beats. You know what I mean? Like the beats. You know, Kango beats. Check that out. You know, just stay in tune. I got music that I released like couple weeks ago, let's say like 4 weeks ago, maybe. Just go check it out and stuff like that. You know, I do appreciate being on the C2K, talk show and stuff. You know, I really appreciate it. You know, we really set it up. You know, I hope everything, is literally going planned. Everybody liked it. You know what I mean? Me being in the Hall of Fame that I didn't expect. You know what I mean? I really do appreciate the opportunity behind the talk show and stuff like that for real.
Hey man, it's nothing but love, man. I got so much love for you, my brother. And
That, that,
I love your songs, man. Especially the one that I put on. That's one of my favorite songs. That I heard.
yeah.
I love the song. I love the beat, man. It's hard.
Hey, I made the beat. The beat to the lyrics is
Oh,
mine.
oh wow, you did? Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So when you check out Kango Beats, like the O would be a zero, so it'd be Kango Beats. You check on there, I made beats, bro. I made beats
I
and
would
the song.
definitely check it. I would definitely check it, man. That's it's fire, man. It's fire, man. I really like it. You know.
Nah, I really appreciate that, man, for real.
Oh, you're welcome, my brother. All right, guys. Oh, all right, guys. This was Joey Torres for the first time in C2K Talk Show, and he will be back right here C2K Talk Show very soon. Thank for everybody for watching. Thank for everybody for watching C2K Talk Show, and of course, I am your host C2K Covers to Kill with Joey Torres right here at C2K Talk Show, and it's time for us to go with the theme song of C2K Talk Show. Let's do it right now. God bless everybody. And I'll see you soon in another episode of C2K Talk Show.
C2K Talk Show. C2K Talk Show. C2K. C2K. C2K Talk Show. It's a show that you wanna see. You gonna like the show. You gonna love it. It's C2K Talk Show. C2K